If you guys haven't already watched it, please go and watch my first round video. But yeah, my round 2 opponent is Rob Lucci, and my opponent won the dice roll, so he chose to go second, and he kept his first hand, whereas I'm mulliganing my hand. Well, I didn't tell you guys before, but when you are playing the Rob Lucci stage build, you are essentially hard searching for that stage, because that stage makes life so much easier, as you guys will inevitably see in this matchup here. You can see me fumbling with my Don, but my opponent plays 2 and then plays a stage, and that pretty much sets the tone for this entire game. But we'll just see how this plays out. So I've got nothing to do, and then I've put a Gecko Moria, which is a very important card for me, and a T-Bones. T-Bones not so much, but so 5. I think I have a lot of 2Ks in hand, that's why I was contemplating. Normally I'll snap kick, but he plays a turn 4 Borsalino, so his first and second turn are pretty much perfect versus me, who has done not so much no prep, but there is nothing for him to KO on the board. So I swing 6. That's to get around the Borsalino, but I think I put an Ice Age in a 8-cost Sabo in the bin. But that's some big, very important cards for me to be killing. So I'll grab back T-Bones, play nothing from hand. So it's a pretty much desperation play, as you guys see here. It's not looking good. I got a whole bunch of cards in hand, great. 8 cards in hand, but so does he, and is me, Neg1 Tribeca. I think my assumption here is that I need to get the helmet on the bin, so I counter out. He grabs Rob Lucci with the Spandam Search. He plays 4. Oh, sorry, plays 6. Plays a Sabo. And so everything can't be KO'd for the next turn, so he's done a pretty good job at stalling me out there. I'm on 7 Don this turn. I mean, I can't... Yeah, targeting a Sabo. And he 1K's out. I couldn't quite see that 1K there, so sometimes... sometimes opponents' game angles can be a bit awkward, but yeah. Now that play there with the Brook, I contemplated sending the Sabo to the trash, and maybe sending the Sabo to the trash was probably the better idea, only because the Sabo is a 5 cost, so it's a bit harder for me to hit, and he can't reuse the Sabo if it's already in the trash. Whereas the Borsalino, I think he does play a Gecko at some point and replays that same Borsalino. The reason I chose the Borsalino is because it can't ever be KO'd, because there's no more bottom decking effects in Black No More Sakazuki. So so he 5 sleeves, -1 onto Brook there, and I give him a 2K there. So that sort of gives my opponent what's going on in my hand. That is the same 2K that I picked up, so it's not like he has any new information. Another thing, if you ever have like a different amount of alt arts or the same sorts of cards, try to... There you go. So there's that Borsalino that I played. I don't know what his other options would have been at the time, maybe a Rebecca. Yeah, so when you are using cards through effects and counters, try to use the same cards that your opponent already has seen, so you're not giving your opponent any new information. This game is a lot better when you have better for you, when you have more information. But yeah, so I've swung 5. It's a Spandam. and then now swing 6 into Sabo. I was hoping that he would tap one of his blockers. So it gives me a 2k, plays 1, plays 0. So see there, because I don't have the stage, I am unable to kill both the Sabo and the Gecko Moria, and if I had chosen to KO the Gecko Moria before, that Borsalino wouldn't be on the field, something else would be. So there's like a whole bunch of misplays here, and that have had a flow-on effect. I mean, I can't misplay not playing a stage. I didn't have a stage. If I had a stage, I definitely would have played it by this point in the game. And I think I played 2 Surus. So opponent swings 6 into me, and then -1s on my Sabo. So I think that's the only big cost thing I play, unfortunately. So I give him a 2k. So that's my life. He uses Tempest Kick, and he negs 3s my Sabo, which is pretty standard. Oh no, he neg 3s my Brookers. Sorry, so 3 costs. And then so he plays a Sabo of his own, and he'll trash a card. And yeah, Rob Lucci is a pretty free trash card at this point in time. But hey, look at his board. I think he should have swung here at this point in time, only because like the only thing I can swing with is my leader Rob Lucci. So if I was him, I would have swung with the Sabo. But you know, that's hindsight, my personal opinion. But yeah, you can see most of my gameplay is in dire straits here. I actually don't know how this game goes on for another 10 minutes, to be honest. It's probably just me sitting there thinking about me trying to drag this out, to be honest. But it is grim as grim can be. As you can see, my opponent has more cards, he has more life. Oh no, he has less life, but his board is huge. He got the gas. I got literally nothing. I can't remember if it was this game, but one of my games, you'll see later on, maybe I'll keep going to myself for now. But there's me thinking, I must be trying to figure out ways how to KO the Sabo and the 2 Sabos realistically. But you still see the flow-on effects of me choosing to KO or get rid of the Borsalino instead of the Sabo, because I'd only have to deal with one of them at this point in time. So, yeah. Yeah, so my only options there were to KO the 2 little guys, and then I swing 7 into leader. So see how that Sabo didn't have any value because he chose not to swing with it. Yeah, but you know, like, it's all hindsight 2020, to be honest. Opponent takes, he's relatively healthy. He has no issues not taking here. I think if you have a good grasp of the state of the game, which he has, like, you know, I've got 3 cards in hand and I am scraping by. If my hand was like 3 Gecko Morias, like 3 more Gecko Morias, you know, I would have been fine. But I don't have 3 Gecko Morias, unfortunately. So here's the stage, neg 2 Gecko Moria. Gecko Moria is now a 6 cost. But yeah, that Borsalino would not be on the field if I chose to bottom deck it with the Brook. But not bottom deck it, but remove it with Brook. So that's my fault there. You know, he might only have that Borsalino. It does change how the game would play out, but as a 1-for-1, it's that, you know. So he's giving me cards now. Maybe I should have taken here to go down to 2, but I think I was worried of him KOing. Oh no, I took. So I think he does the play now. I actually don't know. Gotta see. These games happened yesterday, so I don't exactly have the best memory of how things went play by play. I hope you guys can understand. I don't exactly have the best memory. in that regard. It's pretty good, but not so good that I can recall every single play. But he is making a choice here. I think he does manage to KO a whole bunch of my stuff. But yeah, my Gecko Moria is at a 5 cost, so I think he needs to play a Helmeppo. And then I don't know what he could do. I think he can play Rebecca and Spandine. Sorry. Okay, so Rebecca, Spandam, grabs a Kaku, and then Rebecca effect, he's going to grab something from the trash. I don't know what. Something. He takes the Saba. And then he plays another Spandam. 3. Yep. Grabs a Khalifa, and then he passes turn. So that -3 onto my Gecko did sort of stress me out, and maybe that was him trying to make me block or make me do something in a different way. And I think my deer in headlights kind of just made my opponent do it. I think I don't really ever fall for bluffs in this game. I think your opponent either has it or doesn't have it, and I don't think opponents would bluff to the extent of like these types of games. I actually don't know what I'm saying entirely. But swinging 9 into Sabo. Maybe this turn I should have swung into lead. But my opponent does have like a whole bunch of cards. I think my attacks were wrong here. I think I should have swung 6 into the leader first, and then 9 afterwards to get my opponent to block or do something a different way. Because if he chooses to block with a Borsalino and 2k out, then I've got an attack towards the Borsalino. But again, that Borsalino is ruining my day. So I think the next time I play the matchup, I will make sure that I get rid of the Borsalino, because it's oh no, not get rid of the Borsalino. Sorry, it's all contextual. So yeah, see how I played that second Suru? So I've played 2 Surus now. If I had a stage, I would have 2 more 2Ks in hand. Just keep that noted. Those are the 2 2Ks that I've played. Played 8, played Gecko Moria, Helmeppo, Rob Lucci, and yeah, so that was a whole bunch of effort just to kill Gecko Moria and a Spandam 1 cost. But you know, if I had an Ice Age in hand, I think I would have been able to kill both. Maybe Ice Age plus stage definitely would have been able to kill both of them there. But you know, it's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. I think this opponent that I'm versing at the moment managed to do quite well. I think he got the top 32. So you know, he's a good player. So you know. But, you know, maybe next time I verse him, then I can get the W, you know. But I've got to keep practicing. So yeah, opponent killed my Rebecca, and then he's swinging at my face. Oh no, so... And then, so that Saba there protects his whole board. So he's got 3 blockers. He's super healthy right now. And I think he's thinking whether he swings with his Borsalino or not, and so he does there, and then I 2k out there. But remember, if I had a stage, I would have 2 extra 1000k power. Now, my opponent does have someone standing in the background there, which is a little off-putting. But there's no like signal giving or anything like that. It must be just like a brother or a friend who is interested in the game. But yeah, I mean the cat's fine. Maybe the cat's giving him signals. Who knows? But I don't think it changes the outcome of this game. It wasn't down to the wire. It was literally, I'm getting my bum kicked in at this point in time. So I don't really care about that. But yeah, so I'm swinging 9 into the blocker, and then when he lets go of it so quickly, and I'm like, maybe I made a mistake. But I think because I know he has a whole bunch of cards in hand. Yeah, so I definitely should have swung with leader first. These for whatever reason, not having the stage has made me bluster and make all these misplays. But my opponent swings 5 to lead. I haven't done anything. I think at this point I should have just put all my attacks towards the leader as far as things go, because he had 2 blockers. Oh, it needed to be 5 attacks, so it needed to be, every single attack needed to go through, which is ridiculous. It would have caused more blocks, so I think but see how I played a Brook afterwards. I probably should have bottom decked that ace first, and then when the attacks would have gone through onto something. But again, who knows what I'm doing? I'm playing like a monkey, so maybe I could have had it there if I chose to. I actually don't know what's in hand, and I don't think my opponent ever reveals what he had in hand. But yeah, it went to overtime there. But I think maybe I could have swung to win, but here you guys see that he's doing the big boy swings, and I'm out of here.